Hello everyone, my name is Brian, this is FM22, and we're back in Melilla with my Spanish African heritage save, which, since it's just the start of the save, we haven't gotten into that too much, but that's the plan. We return to our beloved Club Vision screen. Those of you, all two of you, who followed through the Salisbury save and are now over here, know we'd like to check in on this and what we're supposed to be doing. It's a mixed bag according to them, at least on the Club Vision side of things. They're disappointed we haven't signed players under the age of 23 for the first team. That's fair, but we've signed one player, so... Also, we've been... Well, after we signed that one player, who we had to sell a player on the team to get under roster, to get under a payroll budget. There's no payroll budget to just make hires all willy-nilly. So we are within the payroll budget, and as you will see soon, we are doing even better in that regard. As for our performance on the pitch, it has been pretty good. We are a top half team in our group. In fact, I'd say even better than that. But we failed to make the second round of the Copa del Rey. Now, this does have They understand the team had a difficult draw condition because we did, and I will go over that as well soon. So let's take a look at our competitions. We sit in third place after 19 games, so just a little over halfway through the season. We are part of a very clear three-team breakaway from the rest of the pack. Hercules, Real Murcia, and us. We are 2 points behind Hercules, 1 point behind Real Murcia. Obviously, it's been a performance where we struggled a little early and have since climbed up and done very well. In the Copa del Rey, we were knocked out in the first round by FC Cartagena SAD. They are a team in the second division of Spain and are a middle-tier team. So we actually took them to penalty kicks. So, can you really complain about that sort of performance? Let's dial into the schedule specifically. So, we were here with that loss to Real Murcia to open the year. That was the first video I recorded. And as we remember, Real Murcia is one of the two teams ahead of us, and it was a road game, so that was almost perfectly understandable. Then we followed that up with a home opener against Hercules, the team that's in first. And that ended up being a draw, and it frankly shouldn't have been as... I believe it was, Fran Nunez picked up a red card in the 34th minute, and Sergio Chica picked up his second yellow card in the 36th minute. So for roughly 5/9 of the game, we were playing 9 on 11. We managed to successfully bunker and didn't let them score, but they really should have. It was followed with a draw with Puliño. Before we finally righted the ship. I believe it might have been after this one where I made a strategic change to the formation. I didn't change the formation. We are still playing that 3-1-3-1-2 that I mentioned before. But as I noted in my video, I had previously been kind of still working off of my 4-3-3 setup. And for this formation, it makes sense to offensively kind of play narrow. You want to get these wide players, even the winger, coming in a little, and definitely the inside forward crashing in to create scoring opportunities. So you have 4 players on the outside. It makes a lot of sense that you want those players to play narrow, to come in. But here, where we have a ton of players running through the spine and only 2 players on the outside, we kind of want the opposite. We want players to drift outside, to go receive passes and give passes to these guys, because if you just stay here clumped in the middle, the passing game just doesn't work. So once we did that, things really opened up for us. We won against Portollano. Whatever. Lanusia had draw with Mancha Real. Marchamolo was a win. We did lose to Recreativo Granada. You can see how the rest of it goes. Here is our Copa del Rey first round match. They scored in the 34th, and we worked real hard, and we scored in the 79th to tie it up. And then we took the lead in the 89th, and then I don't know, basically off the opening kickoff the other way, and 90+1, they scored the tying goal. We went through extras with no one scoring. Our first taker, Iker Hernandez, one of our two strikers, missed his penalty. Everyone else scored in the first 5 takers for each team, and we're out. But, that just gives us time to focus on Segunda Division RFEF, Grupo 5. And hey, what do you know? Our next match is against Hercules, top of the table, road game. So it'll be our big chance to really jump up. I believe, and Pops will correction to what I said last time, I believe first place gets automatically promoted to the next tier. It's then the next 4 teams that go into a playoff structure to potentially earn promotion. Sorry, before we go into the match, do want to cover something. So yeah, we signed Akil Amana here, a 39-year-old who had played in the Spanish and French top flights years ago, but still had overall good stats, even if his face and acceleration are drifting a little bit. And in this winter break, we sold Carlos Mahugo and Pepe Romero. Mahugo was just a depth piece at center back. Had good physical skills, but that was literally it. And not even size. He just kind of was pacey. Had good fitness, but he couldn't mark, couldn't tackle, can't head. So he very rarely saw the pitch. And Pepe Romero is a right back, and our current formation doesn't play with a right back. And again, we are losing money aggressively. Yeah, we are from a peak of nearly just probably about 100K. We are down 900K, and again, we were not spending outside the transfer budget. We were spending the budget they gave us. So hopefully those 2 players represent about $130,000 in salary, so that'll be about $60,000 in salary over the back half of the year. We also earned $13,000 in sales from them, so hopefully the finances will be a little better going forward. I don't think it does technically open up space for me to sign someone if I need to, but I don't really want to, as again, that space is precious. I would prefer to use that money to re-sign a few key players. I did re-sign Jose Antonio Gonzalez, kind of our do-everything player, and again, one of the exceptions to the African heritage rule, as he is, he's not exactly homegrown, but since he just started on the team, but he started on the team, and that was good enough for me. This is actually a discount over what he had been making, so we even brought his salary down and extending him a couple of years, so that was nice. But yeah, we gotta figure out exactly what we're doing. The team going forward next year will be very interesting, how we rebuild, and to tease on that slightly, here's my short list. Juan Obama here will not make it to. Is he really a white guy? There's actually a picture for him. I thought this guy was going to be better. I had some stats highlighted, and you see that tackling in green and a yellow pace, and I'm like, oh, maybe this guy, 17-year-old, maybe he's got some potential. But then 1/2 a star. Like, the rest of his stats must be terrible stuff that's hiding. Just straight ones. But yeah, these are all players of African heritage who I had either scouted or trialed in and have some idea of, who are at least like 3 stars and offer some sort of potential. And then there are more, obviously, current scouting opportunities here. Looks like Peter Quabena here, who's on loan. His contract expires. Does it actually expire? I'm not trusting that B. I think that's probably a B in terms of they think he'll develop. 2.5. If he can still develop, maybe not terrible. We'll see. But yeah, so there's a whole process of trying to identify players who can actually sign. Since our recruiting package only covers the fourth tier of Spain and a few other random places, the players who are available, it can be tricky to find players who meet our criteria. Ideally, obviously, players of African heritage or African players. So yeah, let's take it to the match. Road trip to Hercules. We're going to just run out the same old formation. Gonzalez will play the wing. Garcia in the middle. Del Monte, Parla, Chica in the back. Cisse at defensive midfielder. Nunez on the other wing. Aquilamana here up top, supporting Del Campo and Hernandez. And Balleste in the goal. We have a lot of players who are on yellow card risk, so we are going to see some yellow card suspensions here soon. We're just going to have to deal with it. So part of the reason the team is probably wildly budgeted incorrectly is the existence of the B team. The B team doesn't play anyone. They just kind of hold some players and burn our salaries, and it's not great. Looks like Hercules is going to play a 4-3-3. So I plan to release essentially any B teamers whose contract is up. Again, with the youth players, I believe there's one youth player who shows some level of potential. I don't know how to develop him given our facilities and overall coaching staff and all that. But we did sign him to a professional contract, while the rest of our players we will probably let expire. Some of them do have 3 and 4 star level talent, but that is 3 and 4 star potential for where we are now. By the time they are 20, if they're 16 or 17, ideally will be in at least the second division of Spain, and they will no longer be nearly good enough that that 3 and 4 star potential will be 1 star potential at best. But yeah, so we're going to be on the defensive here. Oh, ball played forward to Hernandez. Their defender mixes the opportunity, cut it out. Hernandez gets to take a shot and fires it wide. We managed to stymie Hercules at home in the box. Nice header from deep by Del Monte, but not quite enough. I didn't think, obviously, because of that, Hercules was that good, but obviously they've dominated the rest of the field, so that's relatively impressive. Okay, there's a little bit of press from them. Chica bombs it forward. Again, their left center back is doing a very bad job hitting the ball. Sandro plays it out to Ruiz. Ruiz back to Carlos David. And back to Fernandez, their goalkeeper. Cycles over to Tano. Kind of bombs it forward. They get a header going forward, and Balleste makes the save. Interesting. He's not distributing short there. Plays it long to Gonzalez, who makes a run, left-footed. Off the defender. I'll take the corner. I will not personally take the corner. I don't really have the capabilities. Amana will take the corner for us. Sends it in. Nope, nothing going. But Amana is the first one to it and can reinitiate the attack. Plays it back to Del Monte, who just tries to dribble it. He's a center back. He should not be doing that, and it gets dispossessed and goes the other way. They have the only yellow card of the day so far. We've got 4 shots there too, doubling them up on XG as well. Del Campo will take this one into a mass of bodies and bounces out. Hernandez, pray it back to Del Campo. Touches to Hernandez. Iker scuffs it a bit and doesn't really challenge the goalkeeper with his shot. And our trio up top will retreat, and he rolls it out. We're to Alex M on the edge. Nunez defends. Going to have some central mids come over and press Bacoro. Bit of a runner there, but I believe that's... Nope, Chica this case. Plays it into Cisse. Out to Amana, and up to Hernandez. Plays across to Del Campo, who pivots back to Cisse. Plays it up to Andres. Oh, laser from Andres Garcia outside the box. A beauty of a goal. Gotta love it. From Melia. I need to go look up what our team name is, what our mascot or concept is. Salisbury were the whites. Deportivo, I know, is the white and blues. We could just be colors, but because I was looking up them in the second division just the other day. Alex, I'm back to Bicoro. Bicoro being pressed, but not too aggressively. It's kind of pressure enough to make him think. Yep, there it is. Martinez across. Chuli, relatively unmarked, easy header to tie things back up for Hercules. Disappointing. Right, how does this happen? Where's the breakdown? Just whoever's the Del Monte, the left center back, needs to be paid attention to the inside winger there and him crashing in. And just completely missed him. Alright, well, tell the boys we can do it. I have faith. Hey, at least the goalkeeper was motivated by that. That is definitely one thing that could be more of an issue than it was in the Salisbury save. Since you have started in the 7th tier and have to go up to the 1st, there's a lot more tiers, a lot more time to both earn coaching qualifications as well as to just kind of generally improve your coaching stats so that the team respects you and listens to you, even if you start with poor qualifications. On the other hand, with only 4 tiers here and thus 3 promotions, there might not be as much time to accumulate as much coach ability, and that means maybe we might have to deal with the team not being as motivated by my speeches as I like. Bombed for Del Campo, gets on the end of his foot, but doesn't do anything particularly useful with it. Hercules de Alicante have made their first substitution. And, ball comes back to our goalkeeper. Just trying to keep an eye on who might be in and out of fitness. Looks like Gonzalez might be one of the first players we take off. It's not uncommon. In fact, it is very common for us to take off both Del Campo. Oh, Fernandez saves. Well, we'll get a corner off of it. Mono will take the corner here. Sends it in. No one particularly in that space, but Cisse comes away with it after it's knocked out of the box. Back to Del Monte. Cisse into the middle to Andres. Back to Gonzalez. Gonzalez working his way back up. Left-footed attack. Wide midfielder. His cross goes nowhere, and ball ends up going back to Nunez. The right midfielder plays it up to Andres, and the center mid. Into Amana. Ooh, I liked the opportunity. Just needed to dip at the end. As I was saying before I got sidetracked, we'll definitely be doing that then. Jose Antonio Gonzalez has a bruised ankle and wants to come off. The left winger / left midfielder and right winger / midfielder cover so much space up and down the pitch, since they're the only wide players, that they get substituted nearly every game. So we will put in Kike Lopez. He is, again, we're very much used to doing that. This is a 5-sub, 3-sub window league. I don't know if it reverts to quote-unquote historical norms after this season or not, or if we will maintain the new substitution structure. Kiki Lopez, yeah. Molina went for a tackle, but Lopez keeps it into Cisse. Doesn't really break away, but does get a pass off. Ooh, Amana turns and fires, saved by Fernandez, but I like it. Mana, hoping he find a center back this time to head into the goal. No, but it comes out, and Del Campo is there. He's going to dwell on the ball a little bit and pass it back to Nunez. Nunez is one of those players who we will probably take off right here for Surfian. Yeah, he's having a mediocre day anyways. I'm happy just releasing the wing to get some fresh legs on there and keeping an eye on it. Our last replacements here will be our last ones, so we will make one or several substitutions here later than I usually would, but still with a bit of time. Just want to keep my best players on the pitch if I can. Ooh, good fingertip save by Bieste. Unfortunately, it will create a corner opportunity for the other team. Looks like it will be an outbreaker. I am relatively fine with that. Sandro, yep, hit it away. Amana is going to be on it. All right, last 10 minutes. We'll pull Del Monte, do his yellow card. And we will... Let's also pull Chica, just to have fresh legs on the edges of our center backs. It's looking like all of our attacking players are fine. We really only have one sub for the three of them, Lucas Licio, but they don't usually get tired enough, or I'll sub one of them out about every 5 games, and then 2 games within 5 they'll play the whole 90 each. So for whatever reason the system doesn't demand them doesn't demand that they burn their legs out, and we have a pretty light schedule. This is not England. There are 18 teams in our group, so we play 34 games, and we had the Copa del Rey, which is our only cup, so we had that one game there. 35 game schedule. It's pretty much just one a week, and so that has made things very easy in terms of, well, just keep playing your best players. Dangerous opportunity created for Nico there. Long lateral ball. Luckily, a good job from our goalkeeper to save, and we play it out to the sideline. They'll have a throw. As you might have noticed, I just encouraged for the first time, when previously, again in the Salisbury save, you'd see me, oh, lucky duck we are. Ball played off the top. Do that regularly. Oftentimes, I got a good result here. Lots of green, happy faces from my encouragement. But previously, so much in the save, I wouldn't get negative results from my typical encouragement, but I would not be getting a positive result either, and so it was just kind of a waste. So I've become more judicious in my use of the shouts button. Before it wasn't doing anything. Lopez will dispossess. 30 seconds left, approximately. Lopez will play back to Hernandez and lumps it forward for Del Campo. They missed the header. Del Campo, saved by Fernandez, but we will get one probably final corner here. As time ticks away, can we find a late winner? Yeah, Hernandez grabs the ball, and I imagine we'll get enough pressure on him that the official will just, walk us off. Obviously, this is a little disappointing in that we didn't make up any ground on Hercules, who are in first place. But we played a very solid game. We were on television, so we earned a little bit of money there. Real Murcia still has their game to go, so if they lose, then we'll have tied with them. And we just really need Hercules to drop some games on the back half of the year. Christian Abea. That's certainly an African flag of some sort. Looks okay. Plays Equatorial Guinea. I don't really like that profile, though. It's a young player for development purposes, which we don't have much need for yet. Anyways, So I have another big game coming up very soon with Real Mersha. I will not be broadcasting that one or anything. In fact, you will probably not see me again until the end of the year. If I have, a chance to win the league outright, the group outright, excuse me, and achieve automatic promotion, I will show that. Presumably one of my last 2 games. You never know. I suppose it could come earlier if we keep playing very well and Hercules hits a cold patch. We'd really like to see that. But otherwise, we will be back with that. And then if there are any semifinals, playoffs for promotion, we will be broadcasting. I will be broadcasting that to you as well. Again, right now I'm just kind of building up a little video backlog before I start publishing things again, and thus putting myself on a clock to play regularly. Thank you so much for joining me. I would love to hear from you. So please don't hesitate to leave a comment, to reach out, and I will do my best to respond, whether it be in a future video for when these become live again or in the comments themselves. Thanks so much for your time, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye.